I am going to do my best here to do an eye similar to yours. So I'm still not going to use black because I still don't like black. So I have dark umber and indigo blue here. And yours seems to have, especially on your right eye, a really strong highlight. So I have putty beige, which I'm going to use for white because I don't know where I put my white at the moment. But I'm going to start with the darker parts first and then work my way up. So in your picture, your left eye here is pretty dark. So I marked off the highlight on here. So I'm first just going to start with dark umber, and I'm going to color in the entire eye except for where I want it to be white. And then I'm going to layer some indigo blue. And I'm going to layer that a few times so I build up some wax so it blends better together. And you want to be careful that you don't go like too far outside your line here, because then you'll go into your eye part and that's going to be hard to get rid of. Okay, so I have the pupil part basically done now. And then I'm going to put in my white in here. And I don't want it to just be in that area. I want to bring it out a little bit to make the eye look a bit more, you know, realistic. And then I'm going to add a bit of brown back over parts of it because it's a little bit too bright for me, but then it still fades to that white in the middle. Okay, so once I have that done, I'm going to work on the eyeball color. So I'm going to start with cream here. If you don't have cream, I would do like a peach mixed with white and maybe like a hint of yellowish, or just do peach and white. So I'm pressing hard with this. And filling that in. And so yours, it's pretty dark, so then I'm going to go with my dark brown again now. And I'm going to go, especially under this lid line, even up on the top here of my iris that I colored, I'm going to add in some more. And same over here. I am just trying to look at where the shadows are on here, and I'm trying to mimic those. So I'm going to add a touch of blue over this to make it a little bit darker. And then I'm going to blend them together. So I don't know if you can see like this side how it's blended and looks smooth versus this side. So like you should put a fair amount of pressure on this. You don't have to like press as hard as you can because we did the first layer pretty hard. So now it's just easy to blend in colors. And because I don't want it to be so I don't know, yellowy, I'm going to add in just a touch of light peach, or you could just do normal peach. And then I would keep doing this until I think it matches close enough to my image. Okay. So I have that. And then for the skin around it, a lot of it is in shadow too. I'm first going to start with my peach color here. That's salmon, that's not peach, if I could learn to read. Okay, I'm going to start with my peach now. So first I'm going to put a light layer around because I'm going to have to put in some details on this. So I'm getting a good layering down. I'm even going to put some up into where his eyebrow is. So I have my peach layer. Bring this down a bit for you. And then now this is where I'm going to play around with colors. So obviously you can see on your image this area here is pretty dark, so I'm going to just layer some dark brown or like my umber again. Kind of trying to mimic the shape that I see in your photograph. Okay. It's a lot darker over here. Up into there. There's a bit of it under here too. And I'm applying very little pressure on this. I'm just letting the colored pencil do the work. And then, so I'm going to blend this back out. I'm going to use a little bit of peach just to help tone down the brown a bit. And you can see how it's starting to look more like a shadow and not just like brown skin. I could add blues, different shades of brown. I might add some like dark red or a Tuscan red in here if I think it needs it. Like, you would just continue building up colors until it is how you want it to look. And then the same thing with your eyebrow. I know it's really small, but you're still going to do the color that you chose for his hair. And you're going to do lines. It would look a little bit better if I had this all filled in. And then like parts that I need to make darker, I would still do my blue on it. And then I would go back over that blue with brown. And you can see how it's starting to look more like an eyebrow. Make sure with this too, especially the eyebrow, your pencil needs to be sharp. Mine's a bit dull. You can see, so it doesn't get as sharp of a lines. And in yours, like, you can't really see his eyelashes, so I wouldn't worry about putting them. There's no point in putting them if you can't actually see them. Make sure that this here gets pretty dark though, the like lid line. Because even though you can't see the eyelashes, the lid line would still be darker. So like, I would still have a lot of work to do to make this match your photo a bit more. And then for the other side, so the other side, you have like a really strong highlight in this area, and this is a bit lighter. It looks to be a bit more yellower than brown. So I'm still going to do my umber for the layer here. But then because this is like brighter, I'm going to add in some of my jasmine, which is just like a lighter yellow color, to the brown to make it look more like the sun is hitting it, or the light source, or whatever it is that's hitting it. And then this back side is still pretty dark, so I'm going to add in some blue. And you can see just how adding a touch of blue to it already makes a big difference. So then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to blend it just like I did, adding my like highlight part. It's good. Okay, so then his eye part is a bit more yellow-ish, so I'm going to actually just put peach down to start with. My light peach at least. And then I'm going to go over that with cream to give that a bit more yellower color. I'm also listening to Frozen 2 at the moment, and Olaf's song is on, so all I want to do is sing. Because when you're older, everything makes sense. And then I would do the same thing where, you know, you have like the shadow and stuff underneath here. So I'm going to work on adding in my shadow, making sure like my lid line is pretty dark. Then I'm going to blend, I'm actually going to blend this around with cream. And there's really no rhyme or reason to why I'm blending with cream. I just wanted to. So feel free to experiment around, because once you get a good heavy layer of wax on, it's really easy to blend your colors together. And then same with his skin, like going around, I would do, instead of peach, more of like a lighter layer of peach if you can. If you don't have one, then not much you can do about that, sorry. And then I'm still going to layer in a bit of yellow to make it more of like the sun color hitting it versus like just white. And then I would do the same thing. So now I'm going to like work on, you know, layering in the darks, doing your eyebrow kind of thing. And then you would keep going until it kind of matches. So over here you're not going to see much detail either. Like you'll see, you should have right on here, it's going to be really hard to get this at the moment. Right on like this lid, there's like a strong highlight. So I would make sure you get that pretty bright. And then he has like this darker dip below, which is like his lid line. And same with over here, there's a pretty good highlight right here on top of his lid line, and the rest is dark. So just looking at those small details will really help you. If you need anything else or have any questions, feel free to send me pictures of what you're doing and I can help you out too, okay?